No. Each time he regained heartbeat and respiration, the patient screamed, "I'm in hell." He was terrified and pleaded with me to help him. I was scared to death. In fact, this episode literally scared the hell out of me. It terrified me enough to write this book. He then issued a very strange plea. "Don't stop. You see, the first thing most patients I resuscitate tell me soon as they recover consciousness is, 'Take your hands off my chest, you're hurting me.' I'm big, and my method of external heart massage sometimes fractures ribs. But this patient was telling me, 'Don't stop.' Then I noticed a genuine alarmed look on his face. He had a terrified look, worse than the expression seen in death. The patient, where are we there? This patient had a grotesque grimace expressing sheer horror. His pupils were dilated, and he was perspiring and trembling. He looked as if his hair was on end. Then still another strange thing happened. He said, 'Don't you understand? I'm in hell. Each time you quit, I go back to hell. Don't let me go back to hell.' Being accustomed to patients under this kind of emotional stress, I dismissed his complaint and told him keep his hell to himself. I remember telling him, 'I'm busy. Don't bother me about your hell until I finish getting this pacemaker into place.' But the man was serious, and it finally occurred to me that he was indeed in trouble. He was in a panic like I had never seen before. As a result, I started working fervently and rapidly. By this time, the patient had experienced 3 or 4 episodes of complete unconsciousness and clinical death from cessation of both heartbeat and breathing. After several death episodes, he finally asked me, how do I stay... finally says to me... I'm sorry. Okay. Where do we go? Yeah, at the bottom. How do I stay out of hell? I told him I guessed it was a simple principle I learned in Sunday school. That I guessed Jesus, Christ would be the one whom you would ask to save you. Then he said, "I don't know how. Pray for me." Pray for him? What nerve, I told him. I'm a doctor, not a preacher. Pray for me, he repeated. I knew I'd no choice. It was a dying man's request, so I had him repeat the words after me as we worked. Right there on the floor. It was a simple prayer because I did not know much about praying. It went something like this. Lord Jesus, I ask you to keep me out of hell. Forgive my sins. I turn my life over to you. If I die, I want to go to heaven. If I live, I'll be on the hook forever. The patient's condition finally stabilized and he was to be transported to a hospital. I went home, dusted off the Bible and started reading it. It was on like that. So there you go. That's amazing. Dr. Rawlings.